So you've already done a few exhibitions about silver. That sounds like you have a real silver passion. Do you have a special connection to silver? What does it mean to you?
I am very concerned about silver because they are so interesting from many points of view. Some of the objects, like you see here in this showcase, are very nice pieces of art, and they are all very good craft, very nicely done. And of course this ritual meaning these pieces have had to people in Norway, and some of them still have important meaning in our daily life, and as pieces in ritual, different sorts of rituals in private and public life.
You're talking a lot about rituals. Have the silver objects that we can see here also been used in the past, or was it more a ritual use in the past as well?
Well, of course, some, like the tankards you can see in this showcase, can be used for drinking beer. But first and foremost, they are pieces of prestige, of status, used perhaps in family rituals or in rituals in an organization. But first and foremost, they are symbols, we could say.
Do you think the significance of silver in Norway and Germany is different, and why is it so special in Bergen?
Well, I've learned now during the last months that it is quite special in Norway that we use so much silver, still today actually, in our homes and in official life too. The mayor of Bergen, and in all Norwegian cities, has a chain around in when they are official, and we use silver to eat from quite often, at parties mostly, but also some people use it at a daily basis. I use some silver still daily in my home, and that is quite ordinary in Norway. And so we have a very strong tradition of using silver in many forms in Norway, and Bergen especially.
Why were there so many goldsmiths in Bergen, and how important was the international influence for the guild, the art and the handcraft?
Bergen was in the late Middle Ages and in the 1600s, 1700s, a very rich city with many rich merchants, rich officials, and they wanted prestige objects in silver. So this made the market for the many goldsmiths. The goldsmiths in Bergen were educated partly in Germany or in Denmark, and they kept through the guild, the Zunft, close connection to goldsmiths in Northern Europe as a general. So they were not isolated in Bergen, and many of the goldsmiths, the objects you can see here, were made by Germans actually in Bergen.
So is that where you'd find the connection between the silver that you can see here and the Hansa?
Yes, of course, because in mid-1500, when the Danish king was so strong that he could tell the German craftsmen, the Hanseatic craftsmen, and the German merchants in Bergen, that either you become a citizen of Bergen or you leave. So most of the goldsmiths, the Hanseatic goldsmiths that at that time were in Bergen, they choose to stay on and become goldsmiths in Bergen, and they made the first goldsmith guild in Bergen in 1568, and it still exists actually.
Do you know anything about the original owners of these objects that we can see here?
We quite seldom know who commissioned these objects. There are some names on some of them. There are some family weapons who can tell us who owned them. But unfortunately, the church records of Bergen, most of them were lost in a big fire in 1702. So actually, we know very little in specific about the persons before that time, but we know the names, yes.
You already talked a lot about the rich people owning the silver for prestige. Was it also something ordinary people owned?
Oh yes, actually we know that also the not very rich people had silver objects. They would have spoons, they would have beakers perhaps, and they would have costume silver. Mostly in the countryside people used costume silver. And one of the reasons for this is that people invested in silver because there were no bank in Norway at these times. So there were, but silver could be traded like money. So people kept silver, and perhaps they used it sometimes, but people kept it as a reserve, as you would have a reserve on your bank account today.